What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, bringing you another gold nugget that you can either pick up or you could just kick it aside. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all as you all come in. I hope your day is as blessed as mine is. Out here in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro to be exact. Quite interesting. Being out here, Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, Rio de Janeiro, where I was supposed to go on over to Salvador. Might seem like there might be a little difficulties in getting some connections there. But yesterday I did a video that says, "Dude, don't dare call me an African." Many people took to that video. I had some responses, emails, and people kind of like gave me some thanks for revealing some things to them. You know, there's nothing great than people having an epiphany, a light bulb go off, an illumination, a revelation, in order to break some chains off of their mindsets, some strongholds, some old schools of thoughts that many might be entrapped in. That is my job, you all, or my calling, if you will. And I know that is not the norm. It's not something that's popular by many people who would expect to hear such foreign language of people living a right life. I know coming out of these ways of life that really have hindered us and kept us bound, kept us in prison because of gravitating toward things that our fleshly desires so need. Many people don't realize that, they have assembled themselves, connected themselves to organizations, institutions, to secret societies. And I felt as though that it was very proper because of my topic yesterday, unraveling the layers of identities, that I came across a young sister's video, her YouTube channel, that she was interviewing so many people who had denounced fraternities and sororities. Now, don't get upset. I know many of you all out there may know somebody who's part of fraternities, sororities, and even yourselves may be have an affiliation with that. I'm not here to brag, browbeat, to ridicule, ostracize, or to make you feel any kind of shame. I'll just tell you, just turn the channel, remove yourself, because this may not be for you. I know that. Let me give you time to go ahead and escape. Now, brothers and sisters, many of us are waking up, and many people are realizing that there is something deep within themselves that is bringing forth a truth, springing forth an awakening, the eyes wakening. People are realizing that the system that they're in, the lifestyles that they're living, the connections of people they're with, are all that they're coming awake to some truths by the tens of hundreds of thousands of people. Sad to say that I wish that number was greater, but it's okay, because all it takes is one. And yet, it moves me to see so many people coming out of darkness. Many of y'all know my story. I almost committed suicide at the age of 28 back in 1994, October the 7th to be exact. I'll never forget that date. When I had to realize that the life, the darkness, the lie that I was living was doing nothing but sucking everything out of me. Everything was collapsing. Everything began to wither. Nothing was prospering. Now, I'm not here to preach, if you want to call it a preach. I'm not here to teach. I'm only here to present what that is, which is in me. It only takes the individual who might have an open spirit to receive. For those who don't, then move on. So hopefully everybody has left out who does not have a care to hear, and there will be those who pop in, but maybe it's for this moment in time that many may receive something that might open their eyes up. Now, this is not me saying, these are people right here I'm going to share a video who were in fraternities and sororities, even the Masonics or Masons, if you want to call it that the Spirit of the Most High woke them up and realized the very thing that they were into was demonic, was antichrist, was serving Greek gods, which was bringing on and inviting evil spirits and demons. Not coming out of my mouth, but coming out of theirs. I had an interesting topic with one of the brothers. He's a president, I think, of a chapter there, even in Ghana. And I've asked him a question about why would you want to have an affiliation with any type of Greek association? And he explained in his way to me of why, this is a misconception, a myth, but it's all stemming from a Black history. And yet the very great things that they do, I understood why he would think that way. And yet I do know, because I have many of friends and family members who are, let me retract that. I don't have many family and friends. I really don't. I have associates who have an affiliations with sororities and fraternities, and as well as family members. And many of them stand on the pride of what they have accomplished by the very community service that they do. And yet they go in the name of their fraternity and sororities or their lodges and what all. And yet that is what is the perpetual propagated message really that is sent in order to pique the interest of those who see and seek the help to even themselves go and enter in. I myself was asked twice to become a brother in two different fraternities. And one, I almost took the pill, and yet thanks be unto the Most High, I did not. And the second one I outright denied, because it was after my encounter with the Most High that I knew that the Most High was all I needed to submit to give honor to and respect to, and that the Most High would open all doors for me. I don't need some fraternity brother, if you will, to help me in time of need or have you. The Lord works that out for me and have worked that out for me since I was 28 years old. Anyway, without further ado, I want to share this video. Well, let me give y'all first the young lady who I want to give credit for her work and how she herself came out of sorority and said that the Most High moved upon her, that the very work that she did, bringing a people in, would be the very work she would have to do to bring the people out. And so her channel, let me share with you, because I want to give the credit to, for her, I saw a couple of videos, and she's the one who will be interviewing these people that I will be showing the video. Lala Jenkins, Lele Jenkins, a young lady here. Go to her channel and check out a multi-facet of interviews. I will bring these up here. The interviews of those who have denounced from different fraternities and sororities, as you see here. And so I wanted to bring this out because there's so many people that the Most High is using in all walks of life, of bringing people out of a place of darkness, if you will. We're out here, and each and every one of us need not to ridicule the other, calling false prophets, or just stay in your lane. No need to, if you don't agree with something somebody has said, don't throw them out of the whole thing, because it's the Spirit that moves us, not us doing it. Isn't that what the scripture said? Depart from me, you man of iniquity. I never knew you. But the person said, Lord, Lord, have I not healed and cast out demons, did the miraculous works in your name? Yeah, you did, but I never knew you. It was the Spirit who did that. So we got to understand that the Most High is such powerful and are pulling and grabbing and saving so many of us out of this bullshit world that he, the Spirit, is in whomever it so chooses to be in, to bring people out of this devilment of a world. Praise be unto the Most High out here. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share this video of some of the interviews that she did. Some are shorter than others, but it's just a couple of different fraternities as well as sororities who are just sharing just something that I've decided just to cut and clip. Go to her channel and you yourself listen to. the very interviews that she is sharing. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All righty.
He told me to get rid of all my AKA stuff. And literally, he starts to show me all the different things and rituals that we did, that we participated in. Told me to get rid of it, period. I'm just gonna denounce whatever. Yeah. And then days later, he started showing me all the different things that were anti him, right? And I said, oh my gosh, like all those things that we did, we just didn't know, but that they don't reflect the God that we serve. It was a very manipulated version. So it seemed like it was the right thing, right? But at the end of the day, it was a worship of self. You know, a lot of self worship and self idolatry, because it was, I am the captain of my soul. Yes. Yes. I can do all things. I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul and Invictus. Yeah. We are not. And why are we speaking that over us? Yeah. We are not. And we didn't know. It's not at all. It's just all Greek things. I'm going to say it. Yeah. What we thought was right. You know, but at the end of the day, it was very much anti his kingdom. Think about it.
I'm Lala. I'm from Arlington, Texas, Agtown. What's up? And I crossed into Delta Sigma Theta in spring of 2008, and I denounced in fall of 2021. So I was a Delta about 12 or 13 years, and the Lord randomly, which is random to me, but is not random to the Lord, but he called me out. And so ever since I've been free, the Lord said, I got to go back and make sure the rest of his children are free. And so that's what this Denouncing Testimony series is me going back and getting the rest of God's children.
Century Club is 100 licks in one night.
Wait, 100 each or 100 total?
100 each.
No, you lied to me. What?
I'm not lying. Everybody go Founders 10 rotation. You're going to do Hollywood. You're going to do whatever, everything you do in the process. Kappa apples, which is onions. You're going to do the rituals again, the candles, burn on your back and your stomach, at least Spring 20 did. You're going 10 rotations of Founders, which is 10 Founders for Kappa.
I had about 7 shrines. Because I told you I got initiated. So during that initiation time, it was 8 days, supposed to be 3. The spirits extended it, ended up being 8 days. I'm naked, wrapped in white sheets, doing rituals morning, noon, and night. Complete silence. I don't speak. I'm mute for 8 days, no talking.
Racism has done the Black community in. Yes, right? I'm Black. My dad is from Africa. My mom is from Mississippi. I know the Black struggle, but at the same time, we have done our own self an injustice by coming into covenant with other gods. So the Black community, white people are not the only people that have suppressed the Black community. We have suppressed ourselves.
The first day that we started these rituals, right? Of course, it sounds weird. It's like you know something is off, like when you're hearing rituals and stuff like that. But you're just thinking like, oh, like I don't know. Your desire to want to be a part is so strong. You get what I'm saying? That's important to understand, that everything just starts going over your head, or you start to just let it slide, because it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, I don't know, we all here, we all together. And so the first time that experience happened, we were in all Black. We had to wear all Black, and they took us into this room. I think we were in like a hotel, but we were in like one of those convention rooms, right? So they took us into the room, and it's almost as if like they make you walk in like this maze type thing, right? You're walking in like, and I almost think this is like to represent confusion or something. I don't really know, but they have you walking in this like maze type thing because it's 80 people. So it's literally like, and I was the second one. And so after that, they just start, they set you up in lines, like going back, and they just start reading from this book and reciting stuff. And so we looking around, it's like, it sounds like they're acting out a play. Like, it sounds like they're acting out something, because it's like, do you take this and do you da-da-da? And it's like, we're just like, what is happening? Because the lights are off. It's dark. I didn't know that. The lights are off. It's dark. It's just like, what is this? You just feel weird about it, but it's not enough to make you be like, hey, this is wrong. We shouldn't. You're not thinking that. If we're honest, you're not. You're thinking it's weird, but because you're in here with 80 other girls, you're like, oh, like, you know, we just gonna get through this. We're just gonna do this. And so even though I didn't fully understand everything they were saying, like about the oaths and stuff, you're hearing it and you're just responding. But there does come a point where they say, if you want to leave, or open up the space so that, you know, if you don't agree, leave, or something where they open it up to where you can leave. And everybody just looking at each other like, well, I don't know, like it's like you just hear blah 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 blah, and then it's like you can leave, and we're just like, wait, what? Like, why would they tell us, you know, that we can leave? Like, we done paid our money at this point. I mean, here, what you talking about? Like, I don't know. So it was just a lot of weirdness happening, and then there comes a point in the midst of the rituals where you have to bow, right? There is this altar that is in front of you, and kind of like some of the people that have described it here before, there's like AKA letters and different things that represent AKA up on the table. And there was a picture of the leading founder right up on the altar thing for us. And they have pillows on the floor, and they tell you to walk up and kneel, right? To kneel on the pillows. So I walk in there, I walk up, and I kneel. Everything is happening so fast. Let's note that. It's quick. Like, okay, walk up, kneel. You have no time to really think about what's happening, right? All of this is happening so fast. So they're telling you, like, okay, walk up, kneel. So I kneel, and something in me just says, Lord, I don't worship anybody but you. Like, I stopped literally. As I'm kneeling, I said, Lord, on the inside of me, I said, Lord, I don't worship anybody but you. And it's like, I knew something was wrong, but it wasn't enough to make me go, because it's one of those things where even in regular life, you know you're doing wrong, but you know, you just say, Lord, forgive me. Or like I said, it's back to that old habit, that old mindset of thinking like, you know, God will forgive me. Like I am sitting here bowing my life, but God will forgive me. And it's like, you don't understand the depth of this. I don't think you understand what actually is happening right here. I don't think you understand what actually is taking place, what is going on, and what is about to transpire. You have no idea. And I didn't. I had no idea. But I'm sitting here and I'm saying, Lord, I don't worship anybody but you. Then they make you write your name in this book. And they did it for every row of girls, right? So I'm two. I have no time to consider. I have no time to think. And my, like I said, my desire to be a part was stronger than my desire to leave. It was. So yeah, that went on for the 2 weeks. We did probate. And at this point, we're just ready to get it over with. One thing to note too, the last day you bow again. The last day we are in white. Yes. So the probate day, we're in all white and we do another ritual. And this time it's all of the people that are, you know, AKAs, if they want to come or whatever the case may be, they're sitting in behind you. And now you're bowing again, but you are bowing in all white. At this point, I'm not saying, Lord, I don't worship anybody but you. I'm waiting on the probate. I'm trying to remember my information, right? I'm not thinking about that, but that just shows the stripping or the, you know, the change in my mind to where now I'm comfortable. Right now, it's just like, oh, this is just how it goes. Oh, this is just what it is when it's not, right? In the beginning, something was irritated, but now here I am like, oh, we did this before here. Like, you know, then you have to sign your name again. Yeah, they have you write in the book again, and you say more vows and you say more oaths to where you're just vowing your life to this thing. You're vowing your heart, your soul, your strength to this organization, and they're taking scripture and twisting it to fit their organization. That is demonic. If this is a Christian organization, why would I tamper with anything that the word of the Lord speaks? We are not to touch anything. We are not to take away nor to add to any part of his word. So now we start to hit, well, then what really is this? If this is a Christian organization, you would uphold Christian principles accordingly. If we have Christian principles, they will be upheld according to God's standards, not according to what AKA thinks and twisting it to please their agenda. That is demonic.
Good. So what revelations did the Lord give you regarding Sigma?
See, the whole thing with Greek organizations
is that it's Greek mythology. It's promoting false God. But what those really are, there's no true God but one. But what it really is the fallen angels who aren't really gods at all, but it's demonic in nature. And so Revelation 2, verse 12, it says, "And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, these things says he which has a sharp sword with two edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is." Now, Pergamum was an ancient Greek city that was very idolatrous. And that place where Satan's throne is actually the temple of Zeus. Zeus is known as the chief of the Greek gods. And Jesus was saying here, hey, this is the seat where Satan sits enthroned. So all these Greek organizations have a false god behind them, okay? And for example, so 3 of these organizations actually have the false god on their crests. The Deltas, Minerva's on the top of the crest. The AKAs have Atlas holding the earth on his shoulder, and the Iotas have the centaur on their crest as well. Right there, for everyone to see, those 3 organizations have the false gods on there. So here's the thing, again, anything not of God, and again, another Bible verse, Isaiah 42:8, I am the Lord, that is my name. My glory I will not give to another, nor my praise to carved idols. Now, when we have these paddles in the Greek organizations, they're carved with what? The Greek letter organizations, right? And they have the crest on them. That's an idol, whether people want to believe it or not, because we hang them up on our walls, they're hung up in our cars or wherever. The Lord says, I am the Lord, that's my name. I will not give my glory to another. We're giving glory to these organizations. Notice in a lot of these organizations, they do community service, but it's not in the name of the Lord. It's in the name of that organization. Who gets the glory? That organization gets the glory. Or scholarship. Scholarships are good. You know, they help a lot of people out, but who gets the glory for those scholarships? That organization. God gets no glory. Also, Exodus 23, you shall have no other gods before me. Now, a lot of people in these organizations want to say, oh, I serve the Lord. I'm not, I don't serve another God. Well, whether you believe it or not, you took covenant with that. Whether you say some of the things that pledge allegiance to God, you were part of it. There's no technicality in the spirit realm. If you're part of something, you're part of it. You see, Satan is not be like a technicality. Well, he didn't say this, so you're not a part. No, you're in this. Because you said this, you're me, you belong to me. And some people don't want to hear that, but it's true. That's the reality, whether they want to believe it or not. They get very upset when you say that to them. But that's why God is so gracious. He's saying, hey, this is what's going on. Here's a way out. Come out of it. But that spirit is keeping them enslaved, unbeknownst to them. Because why do people get so upset when you point these things out to them? They get up in arms. That's their idol. Now, when I was still in this organization, I did not see that. But once you come out, then you see it for what it really is, because the blinders come off when you denounce. Then you see clearly. And here's the thing. A lot of people in these organizations, they're still in deception because they're in it. You don't see the deception until you're out of it. So God, revealed to me, he's like, yeah, this really is not of me. It's not of me. It's praising something else. It's praising a demonic entity instead of me. Come out. This is not of me. I'm showing you grace. I love you. That's why I'm telling you this is wrong. Think about it. All right. So, I wanted to share that info because, powerful testimonies of people. Please go to her channel. Let me show again for those who are interested. And if you know somebody who is, teeter-tottering, who of whether or not they should go through pledge or if they are affiliated and, may not be up on the the information, that is out there. Hey, share with them her channel, Lala Jenkins. And she's got, I think she started this series here of the people denouncing here for the last few weeks and stuff like that. But, I had to come here and share this information. Let me say some other things too. I'm gonna tell you too, military, they know how to brainwash you. I mean, man, it's tactics in knowing how to take a soldier and have him believe that you got enemies out here, that you are part of a brotherhood, that you stand and you salute the flag, you kiss the ground when you return back to America, you You give your heart, your soul, your gut, your tears when you're in the military. There's a denouncement in that too. there's a process. I remember when I got retired from the military, and when I had my business, people say, "Man, you're just so hard, man. You so militant and stuff." And I had to brush away a lot of that. Heck, I still got a lot of that. I got to wash away of that stern, hard type core that I can just project sometimes, But there are so many things we have allegiance to, so many things we make vows to, so many things we bow down to, so many things that we will have rituals that we do for, so many things that, look, I'm going to say this right here too. Religions. Now, every man's got to judge himself. I can't say and speak. I'm not here to speak against anybody's religion, but you should question yourself. Are you following man or are you following the Most High? Are you following ancestors? Are you following the Most High? This is why we have to really check our lives out, because these things are hindrance within our lives that are keeping us from the freedoms that have been given us. And we wonder why we stumble and we fall. We wonder why we can't get into the next level. We wonder why we are depleting and withering and failing and falling backwards and getting deeper into mess. I remember in my first marriage, the Lord had me go through my whole house and cleanse it. I threw away all them CDs, all the movies. That was hard, y'all. That was hard. I pimped it several times, and it was hard because the thing you think is all the money you spent, all the old tunes, all the memories, but they're spirits. Come on, y'all. Y'all know when you play them old songs, it take you right back to that day. What woman or man, whatever you were doing back in the day. Oh yeah, remember this. And all of a sudden you have these thoughts. When that song comes on, it take a boop, your mind go whoop. It's amazing how the spirit works, because these became attachments. You see, your soul boy gobbles up everything that you feed this body to it. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the touch. It's there. This is why it's called familiar spirits. And those things you join yourself to will be there unless you remove them things out of your life. And then you have the power to recognize that when you be in the mall, not even paying a god dog attention, and some songs up there on the speakers, and then you turn around, be like, you catch yourself. And all of a sudden your mind brings a thought in of some woman, some guy. And then you go into right where you were. You could be walking through the mall and some scent hits you, whap, and it takes you right back, bam. It's amazing. When you lend your members, the five senses, to things, boy, you open up man's spirits. And I know that there are people who's going to watch this and they're like, they didn't mention my fraternity, my sorority. We're different. Well, the truth is always in the pudding. When you talk about something somebody loves and they get offended, one must ask themselves, why am I defending something so hard and so strong? How much is my allegiance to this thing? Many people have worshiped their jobs, and as soon as their job, get rid of them, lay them off, fire them. The first thing they crying is, I gave my heart, my tears, all that I gave to this job. I gave everything. I worked the overtime and I did the 7 days a week. I did all this right here, and look how they treated me. Thanks be unto the Most High was showing you, you put the profession, the job, your title, your degree, your affiliations in the place of the Most High. Believe me, I had to be put on my ass several times. The things that we're addicted to. Many people don't even profess or confess that they're addicted to things, strongholds that are in their lives. I ain't got no drinking problem. Oh, weed's innocent. It's Mother Earth. I ain't got no problem. Sex. Oh, I mean, what, I only got a few couple of girls or guys or whatever. One of the easiest ways really to tell if you are tied to your flesh is stop doing it and see what happens. See what goes on and you're going to see when your body starts trembling, you start tossing and turning, you become irritable because you can't get your fix. Debate, arguing. There are people who must have it. Their flesh calls and yells for it. I need drama. No, it's not. You find some people in the chat who just disagree to disagree, throw something out there, try to cause confusion. We're talking about this, or who goes in there and types about, hey, did y'all hear about such and such? You see, these are evident. And we need to be mindful. It says for us to judge ourselves rightfully, because these strongholds have a power over us that is cursing us and our families. I made a comment. I guess there was probably some women who probably disagree. Look at how the women today, and I'm going to get on the men because I don't want to, no. Have you noticed? I want y'all to go look up on the internet how drag queens looked in the 90s, the 2000s, and see how the women now look today. Now the makeups and stuff and the wigs, they look just like drag queens. And they don't even know what they've transitioned into. Don't even have a clue. Doll themselves up like a drag queen. And they think that I watched a woman today. I see it all the time. And I got 2 daughters. I got a stepdaughter. I got sisters. And it is amazing with this. Watch. It is a demonic spirit of want to worship themselves. How do you find beauty when you got to put makeup on? I don't understand that. To each his own what you want to do, but I'm here to tell you, that's scripture. It talks scripture that the whore put on makeup to draw men in. Somebody help me with the scripture. I know some of y'all. How they make themselves up. Somebody help me out because I know I got some scholars out there. It's in Proverbs, I know that. Talks of painting faces. Let me see if anybody put that in the chat. I say this for our women. Let me call that up right there. I don't really want to go on that, but let me just say this right here. Our women have to wake up to the even that our men. Let me talk about us brothers. I know, hey, it's time for our brothers, because in order for us to become fruitful, become powerful elders, even we get caught up in our so-called outer appearances. Yes, have to put it out there. Have to. Why? Because, we are a type of people that are so superficial or outer appearance instead of inner. If you put all your stock on your outer, my goodness, your inner is being totally ignored. But this is where we want to dress up, make up. We want to put the labels on us. You know, we want to put the titles. We want to have the affiliations, the organization, institutions. This is where we are at. And so check out my video yesterday when I did about Don't Dare Call Me an African, because I was talking about identities. I'm one sold out to the Most High. I am the son of the Most High. Many people ask me, are you a Hebrew, Israelite? Or you? No. I am one who was following the Most High. Now, I'm not saying to each his own who wants to give themselves names to identify with whomever. I put videos out so that I do the pushbacks to show if there was any affiliations of names that were in the scriptures. Those who wants to take the claim of it definitely aren't the ones. But with their intermingles and the mixings over the thousands of years of the people who have, through the tribal mixings and the and all that there, good luck finding truly who you think you are. I'm not relying on my body. I'm relying on my spirit. That's what's going to be judged, is my spirit. My soul shall be the one that be witnessed. Anyway, family, I wanted to bring this out to you all. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all. Look, I like to keep things simple. I like to just share so that those people can understand in actuality how things are beyond than what was presented. And I know sometimes we as a people can complicate things. We know we haven't created anything in the universe. On this earth, we have created the things that are sitting on top of the ground. But we can't take claim for creating ourselves or the mammal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the insect kingdom, let alone the universe, stars, the Milky Ways, planets, and all that. But we do know that it has been here and don't understand for how long, how, and why. We can have just a small clue of what is. I like to submit to that power, that authority that is beyond my understanding. And I keep it simple like that, because the day I was about to commit suicide and all I knew was to scream out, said, if there is a God, help me. The presence of peace that fell upon me lifted me up, and you see a total different guy 30 years to exactly this year, different than when I was 28 years old, that nobody can tell me that I am that, and I am who touched and moved upon me and changed me. Nobody can tell me it ain't real. Peace and blessings. This is your man, not your boy, bringing you another gold nugget that you can just either pick up or you can just kick it aside. I'm out, family.